there are many musicians now, myself included, who are benefiting from the fact that Tatum was that clear in the manner in which he did, that Duke Ellington was that clear in how he arranged, that Jelly Roll Morton was that clear in how he organized certain things from an earlier period. In my generation, I could look at Jelly Roll Morton, who I saw in Washington play in person, and it was a life-changing experience for me. I went to hear Jelly Roll Morton at a club on U Street, and it's that space is still there. I was there a few weeks ago, and the space that I'm talking about, I can see it clearly. It doesn't exist as space anymore. It's a fast food place now or something, but the space is there, and upstairs is where Jelly Roll Morton played. Now, I went there with a friend of mine, John Malachi, he's another pianist who used to play for Sarah Vaughan and other people, Billy Eckstine. John was a little older than I and a little more experienced than I, and he said to me and a couple of other guys, "Let's go to hear Jelly Roll Morton." I said, "I don't want to hear Jelly Roll Morton. I mean, I'm into Art Tatum and Teddy Wilson. I mean, I'm young. You know, that's just passé. I mean, that's, you know." He said, "Oh, let's go." So we went to hear Jelly Roll Morton, and he came over and looked at these four or five young guys sitting at a table right by the piano where we can look at him, and so he looks at me and at all of us, said, "You folks can't play like this," and we couldn't. I mean, it was that simple. We could not play what we was doing. Now, the style was corny, it was old, it was nuts, but we couldn't do that. He was sitting playing in a key which for a jazz musician that for me as a jazz musician at that time was awkward. He's playing in E and B and things like that, and that was all. We didn't do that a lot, and I'm saying, yeah. You know, so I said, well, let me take another look there. So I went. I left that. That was one of the best lessons that I have ever had in terms of what to listen for in music, because this man sat down and in 5 or 10 minutes showed me about the history of the music that I was attempting to play, and showing me the proper way from his perspective to do it, because he did it clearly, beautifully, and without any hesitation. This was clear. This is music. This is great music. This is fine. You may not like the style, but you can't do that.
But there are some young people who, in that circumstance, might have said, "Yeah, no, I can't do it, and I don't need to do it. You know, I'm playing something completely different. My style. Why do I need to know how to do that?"
Well, fortunately, I had listened enough even then to realize that if you hear a master, you should be able to recognize the mastery in that artistry. And I could. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it was from my former teachers or my uncle. I don't know. But I had been taught to recognize the quality, what to listen for in jazz. So before I got to Art Tatum, I knew what to listen for in jazz, because there were things that were melodically, harmonically, and rhythmically important. If they were not there, it wasn't jazz. It was that simple.